All right. I'm just getting set up. If you're watching the VOD here, waiting for someone to show up. If anyone does. If no one does, in a couple minutes, I'll just start up here. Oh, someone's watching. I'm just getting set up. And they left. Okay. Alright, sound test is good. All ready pretty much to get going here. I don't have a good place for my ThinkPad here, so it's going on the floor. Wow. For anyone watching on the VOD, because no one's watching right now, we are continuing my CTX EzBook 800 board repair. I've done a little bit of work getting stuff together here, mainly going over these pins, and there's flux there, and testing out the magnet wire I bought, and it is garbage. Watching patiently. Oh. Hello, I am just trying to get this connector back right here, because it fell off because the battery that was right here leaked. And I need to solder some bodge wires in, which I did one of. But that was off stream because I was trying to just make sure I could get that on with no issues. And I think it's all good. So we got right here, I think one thing I need to verify real quick. So this connector attaches to like a subboard. I need to make sure I have it on the right way when I'm doing my testing here. So I gotta go get the board that it attaches to. And you should be able to see part of it there. There are two connectors. This one should... Yeah, I think that's correct. And then go on top there. So that should be right. This is going to be slow going, I think, though, because this... purely an experiment. I've never done a repair like this before, and my hand blocks that, I've just realized. It's so hard, but I needed some way to have a camera doing straight top down view. I don't have that. But in any case, oh, my head's gonna be blocking up. What I'm just trying to do here. I have my old iPhone I'm using for a light. I'm trying to see if this sits flat. flat enough that I can solder to it, and it is, so we're good. Yeah, thanks. This is purely an experiment. This was a $20 laptop, and it was working when I got it, and then I took it apart, and this battery had leaked, and I pulled it out, but in the process, this connector got first bad connections because of the corrosion, and then right after that, as I was trying to clean it up, it all fell apart. So now I just have to get it back on, which easier said than done. So stream part 1, which was over a couple weekends ago, I removed, there was a serial port here that was blocking my access to this side when I'm actually soldering it back on. We got that off with some damage, so that port's not going to work again. I was making sure I hadn't bridged anything. Another thing, so before streaming today, I did a few things. I cleaned up these solder pads a little more. I tested my magnet wire and found out that it's garbage, and the enamel coating that's supposed to melt off when you touch it with the soldering iron doesn't work. So I have to manually strip the wire, which is pretty darn difficult to do. So I bought really crappy wire. And another thing I did is I removed the broken solder pads that were still attached to, and sanded the pins on this connector because the solder wasn't going to stick well with a bunch of bad pins. So objective for today is to get as much done as possible before I get tired. So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the wire after my first lodge here, with the idea being to bend it back around if we can once it comes time to solder this in. And then we're moving on to the next one. So it occurs to me, I took a reference image of where everything is supposed to go here. And I actually did not get, that's on the phone that I'm streaming from, so I can't actually check that. So now what I have to do, it needs soldering. Welding is like when it uses like heat and electricity to like zaps, I'm not too familiar, but it gets two pieces of metal to join together. Basically melts it together in a precise way. Soldering is when you use solder, which is a low melting point metal that connects two pieces of metal. So the difference is that you're using with soldering, you're using an intermediary to connect the two, whereas with welding, you're directly connecting the two. I believe, anyway. That's what the difference is. But yeah, so this isn't going to focus great, but you're mainly here, if you're watching this, the main point of me streaming this is just to talk and have some company while I'm doing this. So, what is that? Did I melt that? Did I screw up my desk? I screwed up my desk somehow. I touched something up. That's off. Oh no, you can see it right up there. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm soldering. So I'm missing 6 solder pads here that broke off when this connector fell off. And I'm lucky it wasn't more. But now what I have to do is solder wires, and some of them go out to, some of the solder pads go out to connections that are out where I can access them after the connector is soldered, but some of them are under it, so I need to get those before I can put the connector on. Now I've got to look up real close and see which ones those are, which is lovely. And I really should have sent that photo to my other phone, because this iPhone 7 is not going to be able to take a good picture And I can try. It is not focusing. Come on. Focus. Flash on. Can I do it? Let's see if this is at all. I can sort of use this picture. It's not great, though. I can tell from it, though, that there is the next one down from the one I did off stream. Also needs to be one I solder a wire under. This is fun. So, step one here. I have to scrape a bit here on the little point we're soldering to. I'm just going to use a low-tech screwdriver to do this. Once I've exposed some of the copper there, I'm going to put on my mask so that I can. So my voice might be a little muffled now. Now we're going to add some solder to this point here. Alright, so we've now added a little bit of that. And next is where the fun begins, because I have to manage to strip back this magnet wire manually. It's supposed to just have this coating melt, but it doesn't do that. So now I have to do it myself, and that doesn't work as well. That's not how it's supposed to work. Oh yeah, I remember it now. I used this file here to file it down. Okay. So I can tell this is not how I wanted this to go. I wanted the magnet wire I bought to actually have the coating melt, like magnet wire does. See how well that did. There we go. This is mostly stripped. Now you can see the shiny copper. Now the downside of this, of course, is half the point of magnet wire is that the parts that you don't actually want to touch other things and cause short circuits are going to be insulated, and now because I had to strip it manually, it's not going to be insulated, which is not how you want to do this, but I had no choice. Whoa. Getting an actual connection here is a pain too. A microscope would also help here, but I don't have one of those. Now there's too much crap here, I can't see. I have to clean this. It's just such a tiny point I'm trying to connect to is the issue here. I've got to do all this while avoiding having it touch against anything else. I can't even see what I'm doing. Yeah, I know. Nail file, indeed. Well, it's not working right now, unfortunately. I can't see real well what I'm doing. There's stuff flux caked on the board. I'm trying to do a job meant for a microscope without one. Alright, now I can actually see what I'm doing. can't get anything to stick. Solder's not sticking. Hello. We get another person here. I'm currently fighting a motherboard to get solder to stick where it doesn't want to stick. And it's being a pain. Yeah, I'm doing good. I am spraying with alcohol. My other one went better than this. Solder is just not sticking to this via. And my hand is blocking it no matter how hard I try not to. There we go, you might be able to see it better now. Yeah, there you go, you can see a little better. There, it's stuck now. Now I just need to get the magnifier to go on there. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you caught when I was about to end stream. I don't know how long this one's gonna last with how things are going, but it just would cooperate. Okay, that's stuck, but oh, dang it. Sorry, I know you're not gonna be able to see this, but oh, that was the closest yet. Non-cooperative. No, the solder's melting fine. It isn't an issue with that. It's I'm trying to solder two super duper small things together. That's the thing that's holding us up here. Super small things that happen to be very close to other super small things too. So I have a good feeling about this one. Yeah, and then when I get it, it's too much solder, and so it's going to bridge to other stuff here on the board. Oh, you're just seeing my. I'm sorry, I don't want to get a good view up here. I'm just. Camera's at a bad angle. Get in there. Oh. There. Okay, I got it there, but it wasn't angled right. So I got it to connect. No, I scratched the pad, I got it clean. The part of the issue, I got it connected just now, but it was at the wrong angle. I need it to be angled in a specific way too. It's fun. The angle has to be right. It can't be bridged with anything, and it has to be stuck down. Got it. I think I got it. Oh. That's 2 on. That is too long. I think. Yeah, there we go. It's in there. Oh, yeah. 2 out of. Let's see. Now I got the. So I was talking about this earlier before you joined, Mr. M here. Oh, Australian latency. Yeah. So I was talking about this earlier, but I took a really great high-res macro photo of this connector before I started streaming that I could use to reference what wires I have to put where. Because my eyes can't make it out very well. And that photo is on the phone I am streaming from. So I cannot check it. Or I could, but I'd probably kill the stream for a second. What I should have done is I should have sent it to myself. Because there's at least 2 more from the looks that I need to solder bridges to that go under this thing. So here's our stupid connector. And now I'm going to align it in. Oh, and you see now it doesn't want to sit flat because we just put that wire in there. Maybe this is going to be an interesting one here. Because I need to manage to make this not bridge anything. It's going to be fun. In fact, I'll bet you this one's already bridging the one next to it. Let's beep it out and see. Yeah, the problem is all webcams just suck, and then I need something that can somehow get a decent look at a tiny, tiny thing on a board, and even my phone can't do that. Well, it could, but YouTube's app makes me use their camera view instead. That connects. Is it not bridging? Hey, it's not bridged. Somehow. Yay. That was actually, I just lucked my way into getting it perfect. Like this second one is connected just perfectly, better than my first one. And it is pure luck that I managed to do that. Pure luck. Unfortunately, let me see if I can temporarily get a better view by taking my camera off the tripod. Okay. And let's zoom out. And see if YouTube's app will focus. This is the thing, because it makes me use YouTube's app, I can't switch into macro mode. Focus. Yeah, it won't focus, but yeah, alright. It's better if I just do this, and yeah, there we go. If I go higher up and then zoom out and then zoom in, you could see it better. That one's there. That one's there. And you could see the bad pads. And I know some stuff on the right's bridged because there's solder there. I'll remove that. But yeah. One flaw I noticed that I think is responsible for the fact that this broke off is these 2 big points here that are meant as supports just aren't being used. Like, there's nothing for them to attach to. So I believe that this connector was supported entirely by these tiny points there. Which probably explains why it broke so easily. There we go. Yeah. couple more here. This is great too, because a couple of these connections go both ways. So I have to solder a budge under it and over it. So that's fun right there. That's real fun. If I manage to pull this off and this board posts, I will be shocked. I mean, I ruined the serial connector. That's not going back on. Yeah, it's great. I'm gonna test to make sure I have connection at a certain point here, and then cut off the wire there. Then move on to our next lovely connection. Alright, we got connection there. And then we'll keep doing this until I get too annoyed and end stream. That's the plan. Oh, that just broke off. Not my connection, but another piece of the wire. Let's see if I can make use of this or if I'm going to have to cut a new thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to strip another bit of this. That just broke. Oh, I gotta get better at this. Or the enamel wire that I bought could just like melt the coating like it's supposed to. That broke. You have more confidence than I do, Mr. M. Yeah, and thanks. Learning's always good. I mean, I learned this stuff. I watched a lot of videos, read a lot of stuff online, and I'm still not very good at it. So it takes time. And now I'm just trying to strip wire here. And I am not sure at all that I'll be able to get this working. I think that this is probably never going to work again. But if it does, you know, that would be cool. And that broke again. Oh. I love magnet wire that doesn't have the enamel melts when it gets hot. That's fun. That's lots of fun. That broke. You're studying electronic engineering. Well, you know, I couldn't tell you most of how this board works, or anything like that. I couldn't design something like this. Someone else engineered this, and now I'm the one trying to keep it working. 25 years later, for some reason. Even though, well, I'd like to speak to the engineer who soldered a nickel metal hydride battery straight on the board. It shows that that's how this is going to work. That was rather short-sighted, but I doubt CTX had 30 years from now in mind when designing this thing. Okay, if I stripped this enough that I can solder to it. I don't know. one side of it maybe, but the other side hasn't been stripped, so I need to not break this now. Oh, maybe. Come on. Oh, broke! No! Alright, it's official. Half the stream is gonna be I try to get wires stripped back. Okay, that's stripped back, but now the problem is I need a... So, starting point here is stripped back, but now I need to get the point behind it stripped back so I can actually, like, solder the bodge on the other side once I get this on, which is amazing. This side. Don't break. Are we good? It broke. No. Yeah, they, it's not even the fact that they soldered it that bothers me. It's the fact that they soldered a nickel metal hydride Varta battery on it that bothers me. Because, I mean, I can't find a parts board. I probably could. There's probably a number of these out there that still work and haven't. Oh. I want to have a word with whoever designed this wire, and then they're going to tell me, oh, well, this isn't wire that was meant to be stripped by heat. That's not. You should have bought this different wire. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, I am the idiot, yes. But I can't exactly go and have other wire on hand right this second, so now I gotta deal with what I have. Yeah, I need to get a reflowing toaster too. Oh, it keeps breaking because my wire cutters that I'm using to strip the wire are cutting the wire. Go figure. This is the most trouble I've had. The other two came easier. I'm gonna try the file again. This works, but it only gets one side of it. It's not even working. Even this was working before. Welcome to the worst live stream ever. That's stripped now. Okay. Yeah, so that this is wire that has a green coating on it that's meant to come off when it's exposed to heat, at least. That's how the one I've seen works, so I bought the same kind and it's not doing that, so I need to find out what brand Mac 84 uses so that I can do that and have it actually work. But I didn't do that, and so now I have to try and do this the hard way. Have it all break and fall apart. The thing is, this worked last time. It's just not working this time. Dang it, $10 Amazon wire. The end of this one's good. I just have to get any other point nearby partially stripped. And then this should work. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the stream. This is the part of electronics repair that always happens. There's something that's tedious and takes forever that happens every time, and you just have to put up with it. Yeah, like if I actually try to melt any of this coating off with my iron, it doesn't melt. Did it just melt? Did that work this time? Maybe it works after all. Or maybe I've just stripped it enough that I think it's working. No, it might be working. Maybe I was wrong about this wire. Oh yeah, I'm bodging this wire, this wire. Once I actually get the wire's coating stripped to expose the copper, I am making bodge wires that go to vias underneath where this connector is going to sit on the board. And then I'm going to need to bodge those to the actual pins because I have bad solder pads. This all happened because the connector fell off and took 6 solder pads with it. Now I'm not polishing the wire. It has a coating over it. That really is kind of important because otherwise it could short against something. But I have no choice here because the melting thing that's supposed to do isn't melting. Now I've got to get solder mask up from where this via is to expose something I can solder to. And now we need to actually come on, solder, stick. All I'm doing is adding a giant solder ball to the board. None of it's actually sticking to the via. There we go. Now a decent bit's on the via, but now I have a gigantic solder ball that I have to clean up now. They originally weren't wires. They were little pads, but I have to actually connect them, and the pads broke. I mean, not a surprise with how this whole thing fell apart. Literally fell apart, but yeah. Alright, I need to desolder wick up this mess I made. a little better. Pick up the rest of it. Alright. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, it's over. Yeah, oh crap. Did that really just happen? Yeah, I just, oh no. Yeah, that's not, oh. Oh, I should have been more careful. I just ruined more solder pads. They just came right off. Okay, these, note to self, these are very weak. Oh, do I even bother now? I just wrecked like at least 3, maybe 4 more pads. That one's up. Ugh. I mean, it was going okay. Let's get the camera back. I took off multiple other pads, is what I just did. Oh, man. Behold my handiwork. None on the right were broken before. This is the camera view of shame right here. Okay, I gotta check. What did you just say? YouTube's app is glitched. Yeah, well, I agree. It wasn't an issue with the wire. I pushed too hard with the desoldering braid. I've actually done that before too, which is, I really should have known better right there. This top one over the 2 that I just lost as well is about to fall off. Although from the camera view, it looks like that one doesn't connect in, it just connects to this trace there. Oh, that's a mess though. Well, do we continue? I'll leave it up to you two. Do we continue, or do I come back to this later? I mean, this isn't the end. I can still make this work probably, but this one here is loose, but it might still be connected, so I'm not going to mess with it. What's this one? Yeah, so it looks like there's only 2 more that I just lost. Well, now you can see the other damage, but this is all for PCMCIA. The card cage would go right here. So these traces that are all bad, I'm not going to mess with, because the computer worked with those bad traces before. It's just this connector that it needs. Alright, what to do? I've been live 50 minutes. I might just end stream here and come back later once I formulate a plan. Let me read the chat properly. Well, it's 2 more bodge wires to make, is all. From the looks of it. But, man, is that annoying. Tell you what, I've been live 50 minutes. And I worked on it for another solid while before I started streaming. I think I'm gonna cut things here for today, and then probably do some more work off stream, determine if this is even worth continuing at this point, or if I should just wait and try to find a parts unit. Which I'm annoyed because there was a parts unit on eBay I was gonna buy, and try to see if its board was in better condition. And then the seller like gave up trying to sell it before I bid on it. So I didn't get that. I missed that out, and I messaged the seller and they never replied. So that was great. What is this? What is this blog? Is this oh, that's Saba. That's on the VL was login to. Alright. Alright, this computer was a CTX EzBook 800 laptop. I have info about it on my website, macdat.net. If you go to the laptop portal, CTX International, EzBook 800/F series. That's what this was. So, if you want info on this laptop, you can go there. It should tell you what you need to know. It's a cool little laptop, but they put a Varda battery right on the board, which is just lovely. But anyway, with that, I think I'm gonna go for today. Thank you. Thank you for coming. HDX 9000. I don't know what that. I'll have to look up what that is. But yeah, I'm gonna end stream now. Thank you all for coming. I'll see everyone next time. Have a good one.